Hi everyone. This video is meant to be an additional resource to answer any questions that may arise while using the evaluation template. There are specific steps that need to be taken to use this template correctly, and this video will explain the steps and demonstrate how to do so. I will be discussing how to add the developer tab to the ribbon that is at the top of your screen. And how to use the different features displayed in the developer tab, how to add and use the drop-down list, checkboxes, and text boxes, and placing the form in a protected form or to restrict the editing. First, you need to make sure that you have the developer tab. So since I'm recording on a Mac, it may look a little bit differently than what you would see on your screen. I did make a written instructions document that has screenshots and YouTube links for additional references. That way it's a little bit more similar to, if not identical to, your screen and the Word document that you'll be using. So to get started, to add the developer tab, you would go to File, Options, and then Customize. So for me, I have to go to Preferences and then to the ribbon toolbar. And this looks pretty similar to what you would see, and then you just have to scroll down and go to Developer and make sure that it's checked. And then you would hit Save or OK. And it should pop up on your ribbon, which this is the ribbon. So if you go to the developer tab, they have all these different features that you can add or change to this evaluation template. And that's what's nice about this, is that you can customize this if you need to. So they have, it looks very similar to yours, if not maybe a little bit differently. The text box, the checkbox, this is the drop down box, and then this is how I can add different things to the drop down form field. This is essentially the properties button that will appear on your screen when you're using this template. And another thing to add to this is that this template will be on the shared drive. However, you'll need to download it and save it to your laptop so that you will be able to use these features. Unfortunately, on the Google Doc or the shared drive, you're not able to use the drop-down arrows and the checkboxes. So going on from that, we'll start with the developer tab and how to use it. So what you'll have to do is go to the ribbon. So here's the developer tab, and you can choose from those different options. And the great thing about the drop-down list, you can do so many different things. So just for an example, you would place the cursor where you need to go, and you would add the combo box, and then you'd have to highlight. You can double click it, or you can hit the preferences that will look like on your screen. And once that appears, you'll have a drop-down form field, and you'll just add in choose, like you have to type in choose option below, and then you'll save that. And then you can add on the side, there'll be an add button, and then you'll have to start typing your different options. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. But in order to click on these checkboxes and the drop-down arrows, you have to put it in protect form. This looks a little bit different than yours. On your screen, it's going to say restrict editing, which is a little bit different. It's the same exact thing. So for me, I just have to hit protect form. However, on your screen, it'll pop up on the right-hand side of your screen, and then you'll go to number 2 that's highlighted below, and you'll click the box and allow this type of editing in the document and click filming in forms. And then, filling in the forms. Then go to number 3 and click yes, start enforcing protection. This allows the user to click the drop-down list and check boxes. And then you'll click the start protection, and you don't need a password because then you have to memorize the password. It's just too much. You already have to remember so much, so don't worry about that. And then this way, now that it's in the protected form, you can click the boxes. I can then type in all the different areas that need to be filled in. And now it's in a restricted form. I can choose one of the options and type a little comment, just a little small blurb, because eventually you'll be writing all the meat and potatoes down in your summary and analysis. So then another thing to know about this template is that down at the bottom where the testing is, you have to, when you're choosing the options, you have to choose one of these, whichever one it may be, but you have to immediately click tab, and then the template will pop up. But in order to change some of these, you have to go out of the protection form because it's a restricted editing form. So you have to go back and unprotect it. And for your screen, just go back to the restrict editing button. It'll pop back up on the right-hand side. And then you have to go down to the bottom and it'll say stop protection. And then you'll be able to delete that and put the student's name. And then once you protect the form again, it'll stop being highlighted. And then this was just to show you where it needs to be changed so that there's no mistakes later on and you don't overlook it. So that is just about it. I can show you how to add in another text box. So once again, place your cursor where you'd like the checkbox to be located. And then it'll be right there. You can write your little blurb, whatever you need to be checked off, whatever the student is doing that has been observed, or you feel that this is not something you want to add something else to it. So like I said before, in order to check off the box, you have to put it back in the restricted editing, and then you can choose whatever that may be. And then say that you didn't see something or you feel like it doesn't apply to the student, you can delete one of the rows or sections, whatever it may be. So all you have to do is, highlight one of these and delete. You can delete the entire row and say okay. But once again, that has to be in the unprotected version. That way it won't let you do it otherwise. So that is everything that you need to know about this template. It's not too comprehensive. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but once again, there is a written instructions document that also explains what I just talked about, and it has screenshots to give a better idea of what the template looks like on your screen rather than on a Mac. Thank you for watching.